Hello everyone, it's James from DivyneCrochet. In this video, I'll be giving you 5 things that you can add to your crochet work pretty instantly, where you don't need to learn any hard new skills or spend a lot of money. They're just using kind of basic crochet knowledge to help improve the look of your work and make it a lot more interesting. Before we get into the video, please like, comment and subscribe. I'll leave all of my social medias down below. Also, if you guys have any tips that you want to add, please leave them in the comments below. That'd be appreciated. Without any further ado, we'll get into the video. My first tip is going to be to start incorporating surface crochet, embroidery or any other kind of decorative stitching to your work. As a beginner, I really enjoyed surface crochet because it was easy to learn. You just pull a slip knot through your fabric and it's effectively a chain stitch, and all you're doing is pulling a loop up from underneath the fabric and pulling it through the loop on your hook. This is a really easy way to add patterns without having to do a lot of color changes. So you could do stripes with this, or what I'm doing here is I'm doing random swirls to add detail to a sweater vest that I've already made. I won't go into more detail in this video because it's going to be a shorter video, but you can also get involved with cross stitch and embroidery, which is another way that you can add pattern after you've done a panel of crochet. But for the meantime, definitely surface crochet, and even stitching in a different colour into your work is going to make a big difference and add a lot of interest to your crochet pieces. A simple way to add texture to your crochet garments is to start stacking stitches or changing colours of yarn or types of yarn. For this rug, I used a triple crochet mesh stitch with a double and single crochet, which added more texture than if I was to use just one of those stitches. You can also incorporate stitch changes with yarn type changes. So I've switched yarn weight in this project and it creates a lot more texture. And I used stitches I already knew, so I didn't actually have to learn anything to achieve this effect. Then of course, using colour changes like in the scrap yarn project where I've changed colours randomly will add a lot of texture. You can also incorporate stitch changes with routine colour changes like in this jumper, and this definitely added a lot of texture to what would have been just quite a basic jumper. As a beginner, I definitely relied quite heavily on using appliques and patches to spice up my basic crochet pieces. To this day, I still keep all of my spare granny squares and appliques and use them to spruce up my more basic crochet items. Here I'll show you 2 bags that were just very basic bag designs that I used patches and appliques to spruce up. There's going to be a video coming out on these soon, so definitely keep an eye out. My next tip is something that you might want to spend a little bit more time on, but figuring out how to do straight edges is going to be something that will make your crochet look a lot neater and a lot more professional. I'm just going to do this example on a panel of double crochets, but if you want a separate video on this, please leave that in the comments below. I feel like a lot of us were taught to use a chain 3 as a turning chain and to carry on into the same stitch that you came out with a double crochet, but for me this never looked right, so I learned that I need to chain 2 and treat that as a double crochet, meaning that we'll skip the stitch that we came out of and put a double crochet into the next stitch. Everyone does crochet slightly differently, so for some people this turning chain looks better with a chain 3, and some people like to do 2 single crochets to act as a double crochet, but this is definitely something that you will want to sit down and kind of figure out for yourself, because as I say, everyone does crochet slightly differently. But in the meantime, I would just run a row of single crochets down any row that doesn't look straight, and this will definitely give the appearance of straight edges. So personally, I would do this after your garment is all sewn together, just to ensure that you're not adding more stitches where you don't need them. My final tip to creating crochet pieces that look more complex without learning anything new is to actually just mix up the skills that you already know. So in this jumper, I utilized mesh stitch as well as graphic crochet, but then I also used single crochet to attach 2 panels together. So this created that hem that's along the side of the project. Now, this is a very easy way to not have to learn a new skill, but create a more complex project. So this is a filet crochet sweater vest, which I used colour changing yarn for and outlined with surface crochet. To make this jumper, I actually didn't need to learn any new skill sets, but I've never created a jumper like this before. So this tip allows you to create new projects without having to learn a new technique. So that's going to be it from me for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. As I said earlier, with crochet you'll definitely improve over time anyways, but these are the tips that I used when I was more of a beginner to make my pieces look a lot more complex without necessarily owning a lot of crochet knowledge. Please like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I'm going to leave all my social medias linked down below, so please go check them out. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.